Anyway, now the moment we've all been waiting for, the moment that Chance has waited for his entire life, probably.
The moment coaches have been waiting for to leave the program.
Kalani Sitake, what are we doing? Oh, the Big 12 championship. Can the Big 12 get 2 bids, or will Texas Tech ruin that for everyone and just do what they've been doing the last few weeks, and that's just blowing every team out? BYU at Texas. Oh, sorry, BYU versus Texas Tech in a rematch. Neutral field. Can BYU do it? Chance. Can they do it?
Can they do it? Well, one of the things, and again, this isn't an answer I love to hear, but one of the things that they pointed to that they needed to do better at against Tech in the first game was crowd control. They said that they let the crowd dictate too much of this game. It's in Arlington, but BYU fans show out. So I expect at least half to be BYU fans. I expect Texas Tech to show out too. But ticket distribution is typically half and half unless there's not as much interest. I think it's going to be a crazy crowd, but it's not all going to be Texas Tech fans. That's going to help. That's a factor that they said played a big part. Again, I don't like that answer because if you're a good team, you're ready for that. If it comes to the playoffs and you're saying that that's a factor in the game, I don't like that answer. But they said that, and I believe it. Freshman QB, maybe the loudest environment that he's been in so far. I can see it. Hopefully he's learned his lesson, but not as much a factor this time. Something BYU has really struggled with. The quarterback that has had the most usage, the running back that has had most usage in the whole country is LJ Martin. It's because there is such a noticeable difference between him and the backup. And it's because we've had injuries. Well, we got our guy back. So, Sione Moa, I don't know what condition he's going to be in, but I know having him back is a lot better than the other results. So that helps. You got JoJo Phillips a couple weeks back. That helps as well. Hold on. I'm going to look up and see if Chase Roberts is still injured. He was injured last game. He's their number one receiver. Okay. We don't know still. I don't think he's a game time decision. That was on 2 days ago. I think he'll be back. I think they were reserving him. He'll be back. So you got full receiving core. That was JoJo Phillips' first game back. He wasn't 100%. Hopefully they'll figure it out by then. You got a couple people like Justin Kirkland. I mean, they're actually going to be BYU at full force. Maybe the first time in a very long time. So there's positive things going into this game. And I think that game that they played against Tech was their floor. I think their ceiling was the TCU game. So the question is, does a regular or ceiling game beat Tech? I don't know. That team's freaking good. I'm not gonna lie. Jacob Rodriguez haunts my dreams every single night, dude. I think he haunts all BYU's dreams and hopes and ambitions. That guy's a monster. The defense held up. If the offense was able to do anything against Tech that game, the defense did its part. And I think, again, the defense is doing its part, is going to do its part, because I worry about Tech's offense going into the playoffs. I think that the numbers are a little inflated. They're not as good as maybe the numbers say, or maybe the eye test for me says that's their. It's not a weakness per se, but it's the weak part of their team, because the defense is legit. It's real. It's scary. So if BYU can find those plays, they review film, they get in there, I think they do have a chance. Again, not being a true road game and everything, they hit their ceiling. They have a chance. How distracted are they right now? I'm a fan and I'm freaking distracted. I forgot that we've got a conference game because I'm distracted on if I'm going to have a coach moving forward. Um, and I know he's saying all the right things, and he's trying to say that's what matters right now, the conference game. But I mean, and I think he'd be honest in saying this, that they're doing their best to navigate around it. It's a real thing that happens. It happens when you have a good team, you have a good coach, but it's an obvious distraction. It's got to affect them a little bit. So it's going to be tough. I'm a homer, so I'm going to pick BYU because of that. I am scared. It's our only chance to get in the playoffs. Texas Tech. That's one thing that BYU has. Texas Tech does not need this to get in the playoffs. I think they get in regardless, and maybe that's the advantage in what BYU uses. BYU can't have silly turnovers like punt fumbles. Parker Kingston, please don't do that again. He just had a punt return touchdown last week, but he fumbles them all half the time, and then half the time he returns them for touchdowns. Um, if BYU can get some big plays, if they can get them early, I think I do think that they have a chance. I don't think that they're gonna get mollywopped like last time. Do they keep it within 2, 3, 4, 5 points? I don't know, but I'm a homer, so I'm gonna pick them. I believe.
I respect it.
I'm scared, but I believe.
I respect it. And for reference, Connor respects it too. He picked BYU in the rematch.
I have no idea what he's doing, why he picks the way he does.
I don't know, dude. I mean, I think he flips
You
a
know how
coin.
what the spread is in this game?
Oh, what is it?
13.5 points.
That's disrespectful. Oh, Connor picked BYU. You picked BYU, understandably. Last time I picked BYU.
Yeah, I was surprised when you guys picked BYU the first time.
I believed in the team. I know that the beginning of their schedule was very lackluster. It was weak, but they, like you said, they needed it. They had a freshman quarterback, obviously, with all the offseason stuff with Jake Retzlaff and all that. They needed that time to build him up, get him some reps, get him some experience. Uh, and I think he has improved a lot this
He
season.
has.
He definitely has. I know Jake Retzlaff's burner account was arguing with me in the comments saying that Jake would be so much better. I don't think he would be. There might be some games where he would outperform him stats wise, but I think he would have lost them more games too. So I think Bear is like a perfect fit for this team right now. I mean, he makes, for the most part, he makes the right decisions. When the pocket's collapsing, he says, I'm not fumbling this ball. He fullbacks it, gets the ball, and runs. He doesn't get that many yards. Texas Tech has amazing linebackers. Obviously, they can plug up the middle.
Front
Bear's gonna,
too. The defensive front looks good.
yeah. Jake, sorry. Whoops, sorry. Bear is gonna have to make some plays with his arm. He's not gonna be able to get away with that running up the middle. As much as it's really helped against some other teams like Arizona, who had a great defense too, but their weakness was runs, and running up the middle with a fullback caliber quarterback is a run. So, I believed in this team before the Texas Tech game. I wasn't able to watch it. Thanks to Disney and ESPN. Thank you so much. I'm glad that's resolved now, but still, thanks for doing that in the middle of the season. But that I can't fall for it twice. I can't do it twice. I think and honestly at this point I hope that Texas Tech is so legit that they are just going to run through this playoffs. I would love to see it. I would love to see a Big 12 team get the respect so that they can actually not be so prejudiced against this conference every year and be like, you get one team. You get one team. Even when the ACC is possibly not going to get a team at all, you're still going to just give one team to the Big 12. It's a joke. I hope that Texas Tech changes that. I hope BYU plays it close. I really do. I hope it turns out just like I said in the last episode. I hope it turns out like SMU Clemson, where it happens within 3 points, and because of that, the committee says both these teams deserve this, and they put them both in. I hope that's how it goes. There's a lot more teams fight for bids than last year. Last year there was about like 3-ish teams that got left out, quote unquote. They were all SEC teams. It was a
Respectful. You just talk about
chance.
BYU that way.
Chance.
They didn't even have a chance.
Okay, Chance believes there was 4 teams with the 2. There's a very distinct difference between a 2-loss BYU team this year to Texas Tech and Texas Tech versus a BYU that lost last year to ASU. Not a bad loss, but Kansas. That one was bad.
Texas lose to Florida and still get in.
Texas does not deserve that. I could spend 30 minutes telling you how much, and I defend the SEC, but Texas, I don't. First of all, they have not earned SEC privileges from me. First of all, second of all, dude, Texas last season didn't play anybody in their conference schedule. They avoided all the good teams. The only team they played was Georgia, and they got destroyed at home.
They lost. So they lost to a top. You're telling me they lost to a top 4 team twice, and they still got in?
Yes.
Interesting. Well, BYU might have that same fate.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is it's different. It's a 2-loss to the same team, a great team, versus what Texas is at right now, which is 3 losses. Or
I'm
last
just saying
year,
that Texas made it in last year in a similar scenario. Granted, they played in the SEC, but they played bottom feeders.
They did.
They got
they have a very as much flack as they gave A&M for theirs. Texas had the same thing last season,
right.
And everybody talks about, oh, Texas was the runner-up in the SEC. I was like, yeah, because they ran through Kentucky and Mississippi State, and they didn't play. They avoided LSU. They avoided Alabama. They're avoiding all the good teams. So
yeah,
they didn't play. They didn't even play Tennessee. So, but
it's a sad fate, and BYU might end up going to the Alamo Bowl or the Pop-Tarts Bowl. They'll blow out 7-4 Louisville or something like that, and then
they should put them against Vandy.
That would be a fun game, but no, they don't do that. They'll schedule them against a Big 12 team. We'll probably play Houston in the Alamo Bowl,
in the Cougar Bowl.
Oh,
I think BYU destroy Houston. Houston pisses me off. But to officially put the pick, I picked Texas Tech. I'm sorry, guys. I've seen it. I can't pick them again. They've lost me points, and I'm behind. I gotta pick the Red Raiders. I hope that the Red Raiders are just so good that they dominate the playoffs at this point.
I legit wonder if Texas Tech is the best team in the country. I think they're one of the 4 teams that I confidently think could make it and win it.
Mm-hmm. I agree. All right. Well, we thought Connor was adding time, but we had a lot to talk about today. So.
Apparently, he was the one who was keeping us from.
Apparently, he was making us shut up. So, kudos to you, Connor. I think we just had more to talk about this week. There's a lot of playoff implications, all the coaching carousel, a lot of yada, yada, yada. But this has been the Concussion Protocol podcast. Please, we appreciate all the likes, subscribes, comments, shares, all the things we've been getting on TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram. Instagram, not so much, but YouTube, we've been getting a lot of viewership. We had 3 shorts with over 1,000 views. TikTok, we had a 2,600 view, a 2,000 view, and a couple thousand views. So we've been doing really great there. We appreciate your support on all platforms, even if some of it is kind of a petty hate support that you're bookmarking it just to say I told you so. We appreciate that too. Even if I'm leaving memes on your comments in the comments. So we appreciate that. Please like, subscribe, comment. We need the support. We appreciate the support.
You know what's a good idea? Every
What?
Ohio State fan should subscribe so that they know exactly when every video comes up and they can talk trash about us. Do it.
Exactly. You
Subscribe
can
so you know when you can talk to us.
Yep, you can rub my big ass nose in it when you do what you said you're going to do all year. So, I know a couple will do it anyway, but we appreciate the support. We're trying to advertise for the little brothers of college football. We're trying to get more viewership and more support to these teams, and we appreciate any support you guys are willing to give us. So, thank you so much. We'll see you next time. I'm Chase. This is Chance signing off.